everyone. So yes, my makeup is crazy. I actually do have white eyeshadow on, so I'm sorry. I know that's crazy, but I love it. So I'm gonna really try not to play with my hair because I know that annoys so many people. So if it looks bad, don't comment because I know, but I'm not gonna mess with it. So this is not going to be a Tourette's related video at all. If you guys have looked at my channel lately at all, you see that I have reached 800 subscribers, and I know every video I go into it like, you guys are the best, you're amazing, I love you so much, this means the world to me, and I'm not going to go into that again because I know people are just like, we know you love us, I know, so, I'm not going to go into that. You guys know how much I appreciate you and love you, and you guys are my everything. Like, I love you guys. So, yes, this is going to be a very special video. I haven't made a video in about a month because I've been super busy with pageant stuff, and it's been, crazy. Just crazy. So, yes, okay. So, again, this is not going to be about Tourette syndrome at all. If you guys don't know who Graveyard Girl is, I will put her name down below. She is absolutely one of my all-time favorite YouTubers ever. She not only makes beauty-related, fashion-related videos, she makes videos about the paranormal. And I'm a Christian, I come from a Christian background, Christian family, and there are people in my family who definitely don't believe in ghosts, spirits, things like that. They just don't believe it. It never says anywhere in the Bible. In fact, not only does it say that ghosts and spirits aren't real, it talks about things like that in the Bible. And I'm not trying to, please, just people don't come on and correct me. And I mean, you can correct me if I'm, but don't say nasty things about it. You don't have to watch this video if you don't want to. I'm not going to get on this disclaimer crap that people hate. But you do not have to watch this. I'm not going to love you any less if you don't watch it. If this doesn't follow what you believe, you are completely entitled to your opinion, but I also don't need people, coming in and getting mad at me for saying things on my own channel. So just, if you don't want to watch this, just don't. You don't have to watch it. So, yes, I'm going to basically be talking about my some of my paranormal experiences. I absolutely believe in spirits, ghosts, whatever you want to call them. So yes, I'm going to get into 5 different experiences I have had. If I get into more than that, it would be a very long video. So yes, again, you don't have to watch it. Just enjoy this if you want to. 800 subscribers, I'm so excited. So this is just a very special video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And yes, okay, so, and also don't forget to go check out her channel. She is awesome. So, okay, basically, when I was, I don't know, like, I think 7 or 8, I had a dog. She was given to my parents. Yes, my parents are divorced, but she was given to them as a wedding present. And she was like the best dog in the world. She was mean, she was ornery, she was lazy, but she was the best dog in the world, and I love her. I loved her so much. I still love her. So yes, her name was Maggie May. She was named after one of my great-grandmothers. And yes, so we also had at the time not a golden retriever, a yellow lab named Spike. And he passed away, and then a few months later, Maggie passed, and we knew she was sick and everything. And, for Spike, I cried. I definitely cried a lot. But, for Maggie, I honestly, did you guys hear that? Okay, I honestly did not, I didn't cry when she died. I don't know why. For some reason, I felt like she wasn't gone. And now, thinking back to it, I know why. I would be sitting outside on my, we have a back porch. Oh, if you're wondering where I am right now, I'm in my new house. I'm in my laundry room. I'm sitting on my washer. So, yes, I've been living here for about a month now. So, anyways, in my old house, where I lived since I was 3, after she passed away, I would be sitting there. I had a Game Boy, red Game Boy. I would sit on the swing on the back porch and play my Game Boy. And out of my peripheral vision, I would see Maggie running back and forth like she always did. And then I wouldn't think anything of it. And then after this happening at least 3 or 4 times, I was finally like, wait. And I looked up, and, nothing was there. And then, I realized this dog is dead, and I have been seeing her running back and forth and not thinking anything of it. So I know that is real. I know I'm not crazy. I saw my dog, who had passed away, running back and forth, and it gave me comfort, and I was happy. And I can't remember if it happened after I realized that she had passed, but it's really cool that happened to me, and I never realized it until like a few months ago, thinking, wow, that actually I had a paranormal experience when I was a child. So yes. Okay, so the next one, my mom lives in Houston, and we go to Galveston when I go visit there. So the beach down there, last time I was there, it was a few months ago, and my grandmother and my grandfather passed a week apart. My grandpa first, my grandmother second, and it was exactly a week apart. And my grandma, one of the things that she always told me was, watch where you're going, because I was the clumsiest kid ever. And while we were walking in, it's one of the shops on the shoreline, I was, you know, we were walking in there, and all of a sudden, I had bad anxiety, I had panic attacks, things like that, and I felt really just, like, panicked or worried about something, and I was just, like, it came over me all of a sudden, and, like, that really doesn't happen a lot, where it's, like, strikes me like that so much, and I was, you know, freaked out, and I looked down and I saw that I was about to run into a step that was really big, and there was shattered glass right where I would have fallen into. And for some reason, I got I don't know if you want to call it vision or whatever, but a thought in my head that it was my grandmother telling me, you know, I just heard her voice kind of like, Nikki, watch where you're going, because that's what she always said to me. So, you know, thanks to my grandma, who I believe that's what it was, saved me from falling into shattered glass. So, yeah. Okay, so, when my grandparents died, it was, you know, all clearly, you know, it was very sudden and everything, and obviously very extremely hard on the family, and it was hard for me because I would just listen to, you know, my relatives coming over and fighting and, you know, being selfish, things like that. So anyways, a guy that I guess my grandpa or my dad knew invited us down to, I don't know if it was Austin or Houston, I can't remember, but at that time my mom lived in Austin, so like it wasn't, like, it didn't have anything to do with my mom or anything. He invited us down to a church service where we were going to release 2 doves in honor of my grandparents. So we went down there, and we released them at the service, and, you know, it was beautiful, and it was so cool, and I don't know, it was like a great experience. And then he invited us back to his house. It was for like pasta. And as we were driving back, again, keep in mind this is like when I was 8 or so. So yeah, a lot of the dog story and the bird, I guess, happened around the same time. But yeah, we were driving back to his house, and you know, we ate and everything, and then we went back to the hotel. We were about to leave the next morning, literally packing our bags to leave, and he calls us and he said, hey, basically, I'm going to make this long story short, basically the doves had flown back. They had found, you know how birds will like find their way back home if they're lost or whatever. They had found their way back to his house and were just perched on his front porch. And he said, I don't know if this is a sign or something, but he was like, if you want the birds, come take them. So my dad let me, my dad was big into animals, and he let me have a ton of animals and stuff growing up. So yes, we got the doves. My grandfather's name was Buck, and my grandmother's name was Cleo, so we named them Bucko and Cleo. And yeah, they were, oh my gosh, doves. They were white doves, just so amazing. Like, I would get doves again in a heartbeat, not other birds. I don't know why. I just loved them. You know, birds are commonly, you know, people say they're annoying. They were not. They were absolutely beautiful and amazing, and just a joy to have around. My dad loved them. Everyone just loved them. So one day, you don't know the whole story, but basically, I got taken away from my dad for 4 years, almost 5 years. It's a long, long story. I can't go into it right now, obviously, but basically while I was away from him at that time, he was going to church one morning, and he had left them outside in their cage, you know, just on the porch to get some fresh air so they weren't cooped up inside. He was literally going to be gone for like an hour and be back. and he came there, and it had started raining. Literally, there was no chance of rain that day, nothing, or my dad would not, he was not careless, he would not have left them out, but it did start raining, and we think that they had a heart attack, and he found them in the bottom of the cage. So when I got to go live back with my dad and everything, we were reunited and everything. This was recently. This was when we were starting to move from this house. So this was probably 2 or 3 months ago. I was at home, and I was doing some dishes to do a nice thing before my dad got home, and I saw, and I don't know, it was just a black shadow. You could hear shadow people. It was a black shadow, and I know a lot of these are from animals. I don't know why. I guess just because I've been huge on animals all my life and everything, but I saw the shadow. It was just one bird flying from, it looked so like my living room was right here, then there's like a hallway, the kitchen's right here, and then there's like this dining room right here. So they flew from the I saw a bird, like a shadow of a bird, it clearly wasn't a bird, fly from here to the window in the dining room, and I went in there, and nothing was there, and I just got this sense that it was one of my dead birds, and I called my friend immediately, and she was so calm. I was just like, okay, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I just saw the ghost of one of my dead birds in my house. And she was just like, oh my gosh, really? Like, that's all she said. It was funny. Yes, that is Michaela that I'm talking about. So yeah, it was cool. That's probably one of my favorite experiences, because I really missed them, and I didn't get to finish seeing them. I was abruptly taken away from them, and didn't get to say goodbye or anything to my my dog, my rabbit, the birds, anything like that, the fish, everything. So yeah, that's one of my other stories. Okay, so yes, a lot of these happened when we were moving, I guess, because that's the house that my grandparents lived in for 25 years, and we were moving out of it, and of course, and I know they're with me here, and they moved to this house with me. But while we were moving, my grandfather only had 2 pair of glasses, and I know this because I asked my dad and I asked my uncle, and they both said that he had like a couple pair of glasses. Because when we were moving, I kept seeing, I was feeling really, I was like numb, and I wasn't really all that sad. It hadn't hit me yet. And then one night, I was like, I'm leaving my grandparents. This is their house. I'm leaving all my dead, pets that are buried in the backyard. They're building on the second lot. My pets are going to be under a house. It's just so sad to me. And I was like, I'm leaving my grandparents behind. And I kept seeing my grandfather's glasses. It was 2 pair. It was a bigger pair, and it was the smaller pair that he wore for reading, and the other pair that he wore working in the shed. I remember those glasses. No one else remembered that he had glasses that he just wore in the shed, except for me, because I was always out there with him building things. I kept seeing them everywhere, and I was like, who's moving Grandpa's glasses? I'm taking these. And my aunt was just like, no one's moving them. And I was like, well, I keep seeing them in different places. And she was like, well, no one's moving them. So I asked one of my uncles, I was like, are you moving Grandpa's glasses? And he's like, no, I thought you packed them. And I said, I did. So, I think that was a sign that basically my grandfather, as I interpret it, is saying, I'm going to move wherever you are, because wherever I was, I would see a pair of glasses. So that was really cool. This last story happened very recently. It was probably a week or 2 ago. I was in my kitchen where, of course, grandmother's in the kitchen. She was a huge cook, always in the kitchen. And so, that was, this is a story that happened. I was right here in the kitchen area. What was I doing? I think dishes again. I think washing dishes again. And yeah, I was home alone. A lot of these have happened when I am by myself. So yes, I was home by myself, and it's like not even a shadow person. Like, I really saw her like she was when she was, healthy and everything. She really never got, to the point where she was sick and she died. We think, I think she died of a heartbreak, basically, because it was a week away and she wasn't sick or anything like that. But when she was, a little bit skinnier and just, just a time where I remember when she was so happy, and she wore this one shirt and it was white and it had flowers all over it and these purple shorts, and that was like one of the main outfits I completely remember from my grandmother. And I just saw her moving from right behind me and right over here, and oh my god, it freaked me out so much. And I was telling my friend's parents, or my friend's aunt, this, and her grandmother, and they were just like, that's cool, she's showing you that she's there and she's with you. But it freaked me out a lot, because it's not like it was a shadow, it was her, like in her physical world body. And yes, it freaked me out. But after I got over being freaked out, I actually didn't call anyone right away or anything. But it was now that I think of it, it's so cool, because I haven't seen her like that, and I obviously I haven't seen her since she died, which was 6 or 7 years ago. So yeah, that was really cool. So I'm going to keep it at that, because this is like 16 minutes long now. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like these kind of videos, I can share more stories with you. I've had many dreams, other things like that. So if you guys want to hear more about that, please just leave a comment. I am so glad that I got to talk to you guys today, and I will see you guys later. Bye.